congratulations, Jay, first touchdown and stuff. I know you caught a pass in another game, but was this considered as like a breakout game for you? How would you kind of describe it?
It feels great to finally, contribute. I think, Josh, he has a little more trust in me. It felt like, TJ and Jake, they get a lot of the passes, so, it felt great to finally have a ball come my way.
How much, you mentioned maybe the trust that Josh has in you. I mean, how hard is that to establish and stuff, and what have you really worked on with him to maybe establish it?
I've just gone my hardest in practice, try to catch everything thrown to me, trying to show him that, he can throw the ball to me and I'll go up and make a play, so I just, try anything to, because Jake and TG, they're seniors, so they've done they've had plenty of years, they've caught a lot of passes, and so I'm just a freshman. I got 3 games finally feels good that he can, throw the ball to me and I can make plays.
On your touchdown catch, what'd you kind of see develop from your vantage point? Kind of take us through it a little bit.
So it was like a double post, and I'm the inside man, and I'm supposed to take the safety with me. So when Josh started to scramble, the safety just ran up, and so I kind of looked around like, oh, there's no one around me, and he just kind of threw it up, and I was like, oh, please catch this. And I folded down, so it felt awesome.
CJ, I know you were excited last week to go to Nebraska, but didn't see much action on the field. Was there a little extra motivation this week in practice coming off of that?
Yeah, but it was just awesome to go down there and play. But I wasn't bothered by not getting any action. I just go out there in my supporting role and try my best. And so, today my number got called a few times, and I'm glad that I could, show out.
Well, congratulations. It was a pretty good defensive effort. I know big plays that kind of hurt this defense the first couple of games, and they hit some decent plays, but nothing real big. What improved? What was clicking today where they weren't able to really hit on a lot of big ones on you?
Well, this week in practice we worked a lot on. This team was a screen-heavy team. They ran like 29 screens in the first 2 games, and so we really hit that hard this week. And because we got kind of gashed against Nebraska, I think a couple screens that they got us on, and so we needed to clean that up, and that's what we worked well on this week, and so it paid off today.
Was it?
How do you think you guys played with DJ made this game?
How do we think we played?
Yeah.
DJ's a hard player to replace, but I think we played pretty well. We couldn't ask for a better outcome, but DJ's definitely a good player that we can use in our defense.
What'd you see from Tim today getting the start?
I didn't see a whole lot since I was on the field at the same time as he was, but from what I hear of it, I think he did a pretty good job.
Big of just a boost was this for this team? You guys played pretty well. I'm sure you'll look at film. There's always stuff that you can improve on, but to come in and win a game pretty convincingly, coming off a disappointing loss and to get a win and a convincing win, how big of a step was this for this team and this program in your mind?
It was a big win, especially because of last year, losing to North Dakota, another FCS team, and this was an FCS team. We knew we couldn't take this team lightly, and so we knew we had to come out here and just punch them in the mouth and keep punching in the mouth until the scoreboard ended.
Just emotionally, how much easier does it make it for you guys when you start off with those 2 touchdowns?
I don't even know if I don't know. It's nice when the offense gets going right away because you can rely on them to start getting some points on the board, and then our job as a defense is just to keep that point that they score just as minimal as possible.
Last week against Nebraska, there was a lot of times in the fourth quarter where you ended up having to come right back on the field after having just been off for 1 or 2 days. How nice was it that the offense was putting together, kind of longer drives, giving you guys a little bit of a breather?
It was nice. That's what our offense is made to do, though. That pro-style offense is, the blue-collar offense that Coach Bull preaches. It's just punch them in the mouth and just keep getting little yards and first downs until you can score. It's really nice to have that.
I know turnovers didn't come easy for you guys last year. How great is it to see 2 show up today?
It's really nice. Turnovers can change the game in a whole new facet. Gives the offense another chance to go score the ball and get more points and get ahead more. So turnovers are really nice.
Rico, can you take us through that pick and the return? And did you think you were going all the way there?
Well, yeah. The whole time, all week, we've been doing a great job of imitating their double moves and everything like that. So once I seen it, I knew it was coming to me, and when I picked it off, I just tried to get to the end zone as fast as possible. And I really thought I was going to take it to the end zone, but a lot of blockers showed up, and then I just did what I had to do to get what I could, and ended up a little bit short.
How big was this for this defense? I know in the first couple of games, big plays that kind of hurt this group, and you know, they had some nice plays, but nothing real big. So how big was that? You know, how much do you think you improved in that area, and how important was it for to not allow so many today?
I felt like it was, you know, really big for the defense. First couple games, we've been having, you know, teams throwing a lot on us and ending up with a lot of yards and everything like that. So to come out and start the way we started and end the way we ended, I feel like that's, you know, gonna help the defense a little better come next week and come the rest of the season.
Comfortable are you becoming? I mean, you've been starting all season, but still, it's, you know, a different level. Do you seem to be becoming more comfortable and even more confident with each game and even each practice as this season goes on?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, coming in, it was a little bit, I was working a little slow and, you know, just trying to, you know, help make sure I do what I had to do in order to help the team. But week by week, I feel like I'm getting better, and I feel like I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the defense and with my teammates and just playing D1 football. So I'm really happy where I am right now and where my team and my defense is.
I think Carl has a game a sack in every game this year. How much easier does it make it when you have a guy who can disrupt plays like that?
Having Carl out there, you know, it just changes everything for us. We rely on him pretty much for all of our interceptions and pass breakups, because without him, there won't be, you know, enough pressure on the quarterback so he can throw the ball the way he wants to and other stuff like that. So having Carl and KP and all the other defensive linemen that we have, it's really great out there.
Well, Brian, big game today. I know, you know, I think your longest run had been 13 yards all season. You blew that away right away. Just how run game's always important, but how nice was it, not just for you, but the run game to get going and bust some big ones today?
It's just a good feeling. You know, we work hard. We've been working hard since the winter. We've been preaching it, and just it's good for the O-line. You know, they blocking their ass off, and it's gonna be hard to keep doing it if I'm not producing. So if I can give them what they need, they'll give me what I need. So
Did you feel like at least through the first two games maybe you weren't producing as much as you would like and stuff? And if so, what did anything change today or change this week in practice for you?
This week in practice, I tried to focus on bursting through the line more. I feel like I didn't do that as much the first two games, so I wanted to be faster through the line of scrimmage.
Right after the Nebraska loss, Andrew Wingard said you need to come out and beat a team that Wyoming is supposed to beat. You guys did what you were supposed to do. How big is that for you guys in moving this program forward to do something like that?
It's pretty big. Last year we lost to the FCS team. You know, it's just showing us how good we are. We just have to stay focused and keep working. And it's like last year, it was the point of the season, you know, we probably not good. That's probably going through people's head. We're not good. We suck. We're 0-6. This year we just started off nice, 2-1. We came and beat the team how we were supposed to beat them just like you said. And we just have the confidence now. Instead of going home and sulking, we can celebrate our victory.
Brian, 20 yards on that first run. Was there a little sigh of relief from you there, just starting out that way today?
I was actually kind of mad I got tackled. He got me by the shoestrings, and I should have stayed up.
Right. How big was it for Josh and this whole offense, where, you know, they get Josh fumbles it, they go and score, and then you come back, you have the big touchdown run, and we're able to answer. And then Josh, I think, finished 5 for 5 the rest of the half. How big was that after the mess that the fourth quarter was last week in Nebraska, after that bit of adversity, for not only for the offense and Josh to bounce back like they did?
I wouldn't really say it was big. We're just an older team, more mature team. We knew how to respond in that situation, and the big run is just erased all doubt. We went and scored as soon as they got their big play, so right there it's like nothing ever happened. It was the same score.
The offense and defense are kind of firing on all cylinders like they were today. Is it easier on the sideline? You guys kind of just like looser and doing more? Is there anything different there when you're playing big like that?
Yeah, most definitely. It felt good not to be biting your nails at the end of a game, win or loss. And with our wins lately, they've been close with the last 3 wins we've gotten. And this is the first time we've handled a team since Fresno, so it just felt good. You know, we were up big in the fourth quarter, and everyone was able to be a little more relaxed.
Is it kind of a relief, you know, when you guys hit that fourth quarter being up 20, like, okay, we are this good, we can play this way?
I don't know what was going through everyone else's head.
What about yours?
In my head, I was just happy we were up. Yeah, you're right. it just gives us confidence when we look up at the scoreboard and we're beating a team like that. We're just gonna feel good about ourselves.
How nice is seeing the number 45 up there, seeing that many points, that this offense is capable of that?
That's very nice. Their offense was talked up to us all week. They have a good offense. They put up points against Oregon. So we knew we had to come in and try to score. We didn't not believe in the defense, but we just respected their offense that much. So as an offense, we had a plan to come in and put up a lot of points.
Josh, how important was it to get that hot start today, get off to a 14-0 lead like that?
It was very important. I told the teammates before the game that on offense we got to get to a hot start and got to score every drive. Obviously, it didn't happen, but we came in with that mindset, and it kind of helped push us through the first drive.
How important was it too after you lost the fumble? They covered and scored. You scored on Brian scored on the next drive, and then I think you finished the half 5 for 5. How big was that for you, and what was going through your mind after the fumble and they scored, and after last week, what was just going through your mind, and how big was it to recover like you did?
It kind of lit the fire in me a little bit, knowing that I need to protect the ball, and still banging myself up over that play, but was able to move on, and as an offense, we were able to get past that, and like you said, rolled off a few completions in a row, and the line did a great job blocking for Brian. It was a great day.
After that fumble, there were a lot of runs called in a row. How nice was it to be able to rely on that right there when maybe last week you couldn't?
It was very nice. Coach Vegan did that for a reason, obviously, to kind of calm me down and try to instill some confidence back in the offense, and it did exactly that.
Did Coach Bowl or anyone did they say much to you after the fumble to get you going again or light you up, or did you need that, or what happened after that?
Coach Bowl kind of got into me. Vegan got into me a little bit. Obviously, being a quarterback, you really don't need that. You understand what happened, but it's great to have coaches that care like that. And Coach Bowl he's very imperative on taking care of the ball, so just got to be able to do a better job of that.
That rushing touchdown you had, diving to the right corner, did you know you had that?
Yeah, right away. Got a little Charlie horse on my right side, but just kind of reached in, knew I wasn't out of bounds, and kind of sat the ball right on the goal line. So it was a good feeling.
Josh, you hit a CJ on a couple of nights, especially the touchdown right before halftime. It seems, he said he's kind of gaining more trust from you. How has that kind of gone, and are you gaining more trust in him? And how big can that be? Obviously, you know about Tanner and Jake, but to get CJ more involved and stuff, how big can that be for this?
Oh, it's huge. It just kind of creates another problem for defenses and another headache for them. He played really well today, and he's only improving, and we've got a bunch of young guys that are only improving every day. So I've got a lot of trust in all those guys, and it's fun to have them.
What was it like getting to see Brian have the day that he had today?
Obviously he's Brian Hill. He's going to do that, and it was finally here. So our line and him are going to keep that rolling, and I've got full trust in him, and he's going to take care of the ball, and he's going to pound the defenders as much as he can until they don't want to tackle him, and kind of showed today.
He's going to work on a short week this week. Do you know much about that? Are you ready for that? I know Coach Ball gives you the 24-hour rule to celebrate, but that's kind of eliminated. So what are your thoughts of just working on a short week this week?
Well, today's done. We got to focus on Eastern Michigan starting tonight, tomorrow, when we wake up, and that's the mindset we have, and we're going to prepare well for them.
Josh, I know game manager is kind of a negative connotation to some people, but you had that kind of game, 11 of 15, really efficient. When you're hitting all your reads and seeing your first and second look like that, how much does it slow the game down for you when you're hitting on all cylinders?
Yeah, it's really nice, especially when I have a run game going, and we're able to get into second and third and short and be able to hit some quick game passes. It just kind of helps the flow of the offense as a whole, and like I said, we did a great job running the ball today, and they had some things in that really kind of made it tricky to pass on, but our receivers did a good job in finding windows.
What were some of those things?
They were dropping the D end on the short side, so they game planned really well with that. We threw a lot of outs and slants to Tanner last week, and so they were dropping that D end, making it really hard for me, especially on the fumble return. They dropped that D end, I wasn't expecting it, and kind of held on the ball a little too long, so they did a good job with that.
Carl, can you take us through your strip sack, what you saw on the play, and was it just there for the taking for you?
Yeah, it was just perfect timing on that.
Carl, you said you had a little extra drive for this game because you're not far from UC Davis. They said they were going to offer you a scholarship, and they didn't. And it seemed like you had that drive today, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I came out with the mentality to play hard and finish the game out. Because last game we didn't finish, so we had to finish. And in the second half, I had to provide for my team.
Speaking of finishing, Carl, I mean, how much was Coach harping on that in practice? Was he talking about that in pregame this morning?
Yeah, Coach was on it a lot, and he just kept bringing it up. So I just had it in my head, and it just stuck with me throughout the game.
I know Logan said that, you know, they were big in the screen game going over their first 2 games, and you know, I know they tried. So it looks like you guys sniffed that out pretty good. How big of that was that a preparation this week, and how do you think you did today in that?
I feel like we this week we spent the most time working on screens and running to the ball in practice, and our coach told us after every practice, like, we have to execute well on the screen. We have to, because that's blood in the water. So that's what we came out and did today.
The sack in each of the first 3 games, Carl. I think the first Wyoming defensive line to do it since '86, and first guy since '97. Does that mean a lot to you? Is that special to you, or does that matter to you?
Yeah, that matters to me. It motivates me. I try to get a sack every game, and so far it's looking well right now. And I'm gonna continue to work hard, and I feel like the off-season work been paying off.
Is this the most, probably since you've been here, just how dominant of a win did this feel today, and what did it feel like to, you know, have a win where it wasn't all that close at the end?
It felt great being ahead, and defense came out. We worked hard and was running to the ball, got some turnovers. So it felt good being on top. Less stress on us, but we went into the locker room thinking about, like, we got to finish this one. Like, don't give up.
All right, going on a short week this week and go on the road, but imagine you're confident. But what are your thoughts going into a short week? And what happened with Eastern Michigan last year? Will that be motivation this week, or does that make any difference at all?
Yeah, it's a big game. I know they're pretty good, and last year it wasn't meant to happen how it went down, but we got that stuck with us, and they came and whooped us last year. So we gotta ball out this Friday and prepare good and to start within a few hours from now.
When the offense puts up 2 quick touchdowns like that, how, you know, is it more comfortable on defense? What's it like going out there with that lead behind you?
It motivates us on defense because it gives us time, and we cheering. Everybody's happy on the sideline. We cheering. It's not like we just going right back out there after we just got off. So we know they trying to do their best to stay on the field. So we trying to do our best to get it 3 and out.
Carl, I know a lot of us were talking about in the off season. You know, you guys picking up the slack from Eddie leaving. Do you guys through 3 games feel like you're at a spot where like that slack's picked up and you feel good about the front 7?
Yeah, I feel good about the front 7 on defense. You know, Eddie was a great player, and the first few games, it been a change from last year's defense. We got speed now, and last year's defense had more power, so we got more speed, and we just everybody's running to the ball full speed, and we getting there faster.